Hey everyone, I've got a little yoga flow for you today. So, changing it up if you're wanting something pretty chill, pretty easy, this is just a gentle little flow that won't take you very much time. So, you're going to need a yoga mat. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. Just a carpet or something just basically under your knees. And then something that you're not going to slip on with your feet or your hands. Okay, so let's get started. So, coming onto all fours, just in a basic tabletop position. We're just going to start with some few cat-cows here. So just inhaling, belly towards the floor. Start shifting the tailbone up, chest forward, eyes forward. So we're basically just arching through the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to round, push the floor away, shoulder blades get wide, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, sucking the belly button towards the spine. Good, and then inhale, take it the other way again. Go nice and slow. Exhale, pull back in. Good, just one more of those. And just pause here. Just let the head shake out from side to side. And then return back to that neutral spine. Let's keep our hips up high and then start to walk the hands towards the top of your mat or just forward, taking the forehead down to the floor. And then just notice what your ribs are doing, and if they're collapsing, just give them a little pull in. Breathe into the ribs. Feel if you can breathe into the back of them, the sides of them. And then let's just walk our hands over to the right. Taking a big side stretch. Maybe push those ribs actively over to the left. Press that left hand into the floor. See if you can feel that stretch all the way down into the left hip. And then let's walk them over to the left side. And the same thing, see if you can press that right hand into the floor and actively push the ribs over to the right. Coming back into center. One final stretch here. Good, and then coming back up into a tabletop position. Let's inhale the right arm up for a twist. Exhale, take it underneath the left, palm facing up. Inhale and exhale. Good, let's place that hand back down and go to the other side. Inhale up and exhale. Perfect, bring that hand back down. Good, let's walk our hands just a little bit forward. Tuck your toes, and then send the hips all the way up and back for a downward dog. Push the floor away. Keep the knees bent here and just start to pedal out your heels left and right. Let your hips just shift around. Just enjoy whatever feels good right now. Don't worry so much about the exact alignment or form. Just kind of stretch it out. Go with the flow. Just enjoy it. Get those calves and hamstrings moving. Good. Let's take little baby steps all the way up to our hands. So just have a look forward and just walk your hands, come onto those fingertips all the way up to a forward fold. So bend your knees so your belly's resting on your thighs. Relax your head. Good. And then we're going to slowly just roll ourselves all the way up to standing. Just have your head heavy, arms heavy. Good. Standing up tall. Give those shoulders a roll back. Get comfortable. Find your mountain pose. So feet are about hip distance apart, pelvis distance apart. Let's inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, diving forward, push the hips back and bend the knees as you lower all the way down. From here, find a halfway lift. Start to draw the hands up towards your knees, finding a nice neutral spine. You're going to take an exhale, plant the hands, and step your left foot back. Place the left knee on the floor. Inhale, take the arms up, coming into a low lunge here. As we exhale, we're going to push our hips back, digging our heel in and flexing our toes up. Then inhale, come all the way up. Let the hips sink forward a little bit as we take the arms up. A little bit of a back extension here. Exhale, taking those hips back, coming forward over that front leg. Expand open. Come down. Okay, let's do one more. Good. Bring yourself forward. Take the hands onto the inside of that front foot and just walk that right foot over to the outer edge of your mat. And now tuck your back toes. Lift that left heel off the floor. Once you feel nice and solid there, keep the left hand on the floor, nice and stable in the shoulder, and then right arm comes up for a nice twist here. Reach up towards the ceiling. Good. Bring your hand back down. Walk the hands forward and then out to the side. So now we're in this long position with our feet nice and wide, legs nice and wide, toes pointed forward or even slightly in, hands on the floor. If you find this difficult, you can also have yoga blocks if you happen to have them, or just fingertips on the floor, or even don't come as low and take your hands onto your hips. So in this wide-legged forward fold position, just let the hips kind of rock from side to side. And then just come to a kind of a middle position. And then we're going to just walk forward again. And then turn those toes. So now we're facing the top of our mat again. We're going to send this right foot all the way back. So we come back into our downward dog. And then again, just pedaling it out. Push the floor away, releasing the hips, the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then you can settle into your downward dog for a few breaths here. If this feels uncomfortable at all, you can always drop down to the knees and come into child's pose. Otherwise, we stay in our downward dog. Our hands, our fingertips are spread wide, hands actively pressing into the floor, pushing it away. We're feeling length in the spine. And then look towards your hands. Take those baby steps again to the top of the mat. Find that forward fold. Relax here. And then slowly roll it up. Good. One vertebrae at a time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, diving forward, long spine. Belly's going to relax on the thighs as you bend the knees, coming into that forward fold. Find that halfway lift again. Good. Exhale, plant the hands. This time, take that right foot back. Plant that knee on the floor, and then come up. Raise those arms up. Inhale. Let the hips sink forward a little bit. Exhale, push the hips back. Slight bend into that left knee. Pull the toes towards you and dig your heel into the floor. Good. Inhale, forward. Exhale, and back. Good, one more here. Perfect. And then coming forward, take the hands to the inside of that foot and then lift that back knee. Let's take that left arm up, coming into a nice strong twist here. Nice low lunge. Make sure that right shoulder feels really stable. Good. Bring the hand back down. We're going to do the same thing. You're going to walk yourself over and around, and I'm going to turn around here just so that I can stay facing you. So coming into that wide-legged forward fold again, you're going to be facing probably the back of your mat, but you could turn around if you wanted to. Again, find a comfortable position for you. Let's rock that pelvis from side to side. Good, and then just find stillness. Enjoy this stretch here. You can bend the elbows, you can look behind you, you can walk the hands further back, or if you're happy where you are, you can stay there as well. And then we're going to start to walk the hands back towards the left foot. So coming back to the top of your mat again, or if you turned around like I did so that I could face you, I'm going to walk back. And so now my left foot is forward again, more into the center of the mat. And then I'm going to step that left foot back, come into my downward dog. And then if you need to pedal it out, that's fine. Or if you're just comfortable just coming into stillness, then enjoy that. Feel length in the spine. Draw the low ribs in. Reach the tailbone up and back. Push the floor away. Feel free to keep the knees a little bit bent. You don't have to reach the heels towards the floor. Puppy pose or child's pose is always an option here. And then we're going to take our feet wide, about as wide as your mat or whatever feels comfortable. And then start to walk the hands backwards towards your feet. Bend the knees, sink down into a low squat. If this is difficult to come down here, then you can always stay on the toes. You can stay up a little bit, whatever works for you. You can roll up a towel or blanket if you happen to have one nearby and place it under your heels. Take a couple breaths here. And then we're going to take our hands to the floor, walk ourselves into a plank. Bring those feet in, shoulders over the wrists. And then you can drop down to the knees if you'd like. And we're going to lower all the way down to the floor. Good. Untuck your toes. Take your hands just underneath, or your elbows, just underneath the shoulders. Just coming into a gentle sphinx pose. Just give the glutes a little bit of a squeeze. Just a really gentle back bend. Your pelvis is staying on the floor. Just breathing evenly here for one more breath. Good, let's slowly come down. Place the hands just under the chest and then push yourself back for child's pose. Settle in here. Good work. And then slowly just roll yourself up to seated. Beautiful. There you go. There's your short little yoga flow. I hope you enjoyed that. Feeling good, stretching it out a little bit. I'll see you in the next video.